Recording.
Right, good evening to everybody that is here with us tonight. It's really exciting to have you all along. But what we're going to do is we're just going to wait a few minutes just to allow for those people that are in different time zones because this is very much a global operation. So once they're all on, we'll begin. In the meantime, if you want to drop us a comment about where you're actually tuning in from, that would be amazing. It's always good to know where everybody's coming from. All right. So I want to give a really warm welcome to everybody. My name is Mel Heyman, and I'm a wellness facilitator in the online space. I'm also a mother, a wife, and I'm a colleague to some of the most empowering men and women on this globe. I'm co-hosting this bold masterclass tonight, Modern Alchemy, with the amazing Laura, Tara, Marie, and Dave. I can't wait to share a little bit more about them when we get through into a little bit more of the masterclass. I want to celebrate everybody that's here tonight because you have opened your hearts and your minds to what your full potential could be. And you've said yes to gifting yourself this time for this masterclass. If you could drop a one in the chat if you are here live. And if you're joining us for the replay, just drop the word replay so we know that as well. Now, just a little housekeeping before we do get started. Please pop yourself on mute and try to remove any distractions. I want you to really gift yourself this time. Go all in with the opportunity that we're going to speak into tonight. If you're a note crate taker, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and be ready to take down anything that you want to ask us later or anything that really draws your attention. Now let's get started. Next slide, please, Tara. Now, anything that we do share with you today, any number is by far not an income claim. We believe as we can guide you and give you all the tools, this still remains your responsibility. We don't make any projections, guarantees, or any claims. Next slide, please, Tara. I'm so excited to induce. I think we've got a very heavily pregnant woman on our team, and I think it's just on my mind. So the co-hosts that are joining me for Modern Alchemy tonight all come from very different walks of life. We share the same vision and a deep alignment in all our values. First up, we have Tara Berry. She's a South Australian girl who spent years chasing the big corporate gigs and now brings her drive and her experience into a more meaningful and purpose-led space. Give us a wave, Tara. Then we have our beautiful power couple, Dave and Marie. They are an inspiring husband and wife duo who put health at the very top of their priorities. Marie's expertise as a nurse pairs absolutely beautiful with Dave's holistic approach through Reiki, making them such a grounded and intentional presence in this space. And Laura Simmons, she is our heavily pregnant, beautiful, detail focused, numbers minded powerhouse with the biggest heart for helping others align with their income and value. And lastly, there's myself. I am Mel. I am a freelance interior designer. I live a very low tox life while raising, I have an ADHD child and two other children, and I'm just committed to creating more calm through presence and wellness. Together here tonight, we want to bring you Modern Alchemy, a space where wellness, purpose, and align come all meet together. Next slide, please, Tara. So today we're going to explore how to partner with a top affiliate offer that supports both health and wealth without creating your own product. We're going to learn to attract ideal buyers through social media without chasing friends and family and using automated systems that will simplify and scale your success and tap into world-class mentorship. We're going to tap into a global community and we're going to accelerate through growth. Next slide, please, Tara. Now, most people find an income stream and then they find a way to enjoy their life in those very small pockets of times that they have. The key to a successful life is get clear on your dream life first. Then find an income stream that supports that dream life. Now, this is a quote from the book, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. It's absolutely one of my favorites. Next slide, please, Tara. Now, what does freedom actually mean to you? It's a huge question. What does your dream life look like? Next slide, please, Tara. I want you to take a moment to think about where you are right now in this moment in time. I want you to have a look at the list that we've got here on the right side of the screen, and I want you to rate it from 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. So that's something that you wouldn't want to change. And obviously 1 being the most that you want to change. If you want to come back to this, feel free to screenshot this one and we can absolutely come back to this. But it's something that's really important that people don't really sit into enough. Next slide, please, Tara. So where would you like to be in 12 months? 12 months brings us to August next year. This year has absolutely flown. And if you were to look at yourself in 12 months' time, what needs to change in this moment to make that actually happen? Next slide, please, Tara. So in order to get your time, your money, and your health back, you must be willing to invest both time and money. Because if you're not changing it, you're actually choosing it. Next slide, please, Tara. Now, that brings me to the amazing Marie and Dave. They are fairly new into this beautiful space, yet they come with so much knowledge and presence. So I'm going to hand it over to Marie and Dave. You'll just have to come off mute, guys.
So sorry. All right. So thank you. I'm Marie, and this is my hubby, Dave. We're still pretty new to the team, like Mel said, but we're learning every day. And this is actually our very first masterclass, so please bear with us. We've been soaking it all in. We're having a blast, and we're so excited just to share a little bit of our journey with you guys. So I'm a nurse, and Dave is a tradie. And not so long ago, we were like quite burnt out, overwhelmed, feeling stretched really thin, just felt like we were about to break. Then Dave had a workplace accident. It's something at the time that felt like the worst moment of our lives. But that point that turning point ended up changing everything. So with Dave out of action, I was suddenly working up to 50 hours a week. I was just to keep the lights on and the bills being paid. It was hard on Dave, it was hard on me, and it was hard on my kids, our kids. um, they understood why I was always working, but you could see how much it hurt them in their eyes for every day that I left. And if we take a step back, so for quite a few years now, Dave's actually been researching water systems and how, not like knowing that deep down, like tap water was doing more harm than good, and there had to be something better out there. We tried box water, we tried pH box water, but kept feeling like there had to be something better. One day, I was on Facebook, I think it was, and I stumbled across a lovely post from Mel, who you've already met tonight. And there it was, this exact system that Dave had been looking at 12 months earlier, and it was a sign. So at first, we actually bought it purely just for our health. We didn't look into the business really at all. But once we started drinking it and started seeing the difference, we've seen difference in our energy levels, in our health, and even just in general in the home. We just really couldn't keep it to ourselves. So Now we're sharing our story with families like ours who need something more, better health, more freedom, more balance, and yes, more choice on how they live and earn.
So, what is the ultimate offer?
So, excuse me. Um, Today we're going to dive into leveraged income versus linear income, the products that we love and why, the models that make it work, high ticket versus low ticket and what that means for you, and the commission plan. Oh my God, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And by the end of today's masterclass, you'll see why we call it the ultimate offer. So, linear income, you work, you get paid, you stop, and so does the money. Whereas leveraged income, you put the work in once and it keeps paying you even when you aren't working. With leveraged income, you can take a holiday and your bank account doesn't even notice that you're gone.
Are you earning a leverage income or a linear income? If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die.
So, creating your own offer, there are bigger costs, years to profit. You're doing everything yourself, easy to burn out. Affiliating with someone, the startups are low. You've got your proven products, tools are ready to go, and you're learning and growing in this beautiful community that we've already seen. It's amazing. Did you know that the two most Googled questions right now are how do I create extra income and how do I improve my health and well-being? And that's where we come in. People have real problems and they've got big goals. So you connect them with a proven solution, they buy, you earn. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger your paycheck.
Physical and financial health intertwined. Neglect, neglect one, and the other will suffer. Sorry.
True success is finding the balance in both. And to dive deeper, we've got the beautiful Laura Simmons. She's amazing at this. Take it away, Laura.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you to Marie and Dave. I'm so proud of you guys doing this straight off the bat. So well done. Um, I'm Laura. I'm a mum of two, surrogate CPA, and I spent 25 years in senior finance roles. And I was constantly burning out, trapped in the golden handcuffs, juggling the career, family, all those things. And when I became a single mum, it became even more important for me to find a better balance for my children and alignment as well. So I stumbled across this business model through a masterclass exactly like this one, and it changed everything for me. I realized I could create income in a way that was flexible, values driven, sustainable without sacrificing my health or being present with people I love. So now I get to do the same thing and help others um, build additional income streams so they have more choice as well. So, next slide, please, Tara. So, I'm going to dive into, um, yeah, I'm going to dive into the water and what's actually in our water. So, this disgusting picture is actually our water pipes. And yeah, most everyday water is full of all these chemicals you can see on the screen there, from fluoride to chlorine, heavy metals, hormones, even traces of medication. I was actually at an event recently and a sports scientist talked into his daughter getting her periods at 8 years old. And when he researched into it, it was because of the estrogen in our tap water that we drink, and that's why there's so many, young girls getting their periods earlier. And I found that really shocking having a daughter myself. Um, and often it's not until something like that happens that we question it. But Over time, all these different contaminants can really impact our gut health, our hormones, our skin, our respiratory health, and increase the risk of serious illness. Knowing what's in your water is the first step to choosing better for you and your family. So, this one is really scary. So, nanoplastics are actually even smaller than the microplastics that we tend to hear a lot about now. People are more aware of that, but nanoplastics are even worse because they're smaller and can invade our cells. So they don't come alone, they actually carry the toxic chemicals like PFAs and heavy metals, and have been found in places like the placenta, the lungs, the blood, even the brain. And once inside, they can disrupt how our cells actually work. And, they're a serious health risk. The average person now consumes 5 grams of plastic a week. And that is the size of a credit card, which is mind blowing. When I first heard that, I was like, wow. So I just want you guys to just stop and process that. The average person, the size of a credit card, and that we are consuming through our food and our water. So PFAs are also known as forever chemicals. They're in everyday items like non-stick pans, cosmetics, our water. And once they are in our environment or our bodies, they don't ever break down. And studies show much of our water supply is already above the safe standards levels, if there is a safe level of those. And they just keep building up and obviously creating long-term health and environmental risks, like you can see in that picture. So the choice you make today could help change all of that. So these are all the different types of water that are out there at the moment. And I'm going to go through briefly all of these. So spring water, it sounds pure, but without the proper purification, it can actually carry heavy metals, PFAs, chlorine, harmful bacteria like E. coli. Filtered water, most households filters remove some contaminants, but they often leave behind the worst ones, the heavy metals and other nasties, and they don't restore the minerals that your body actually needs. A Brita filter, for example, only reduces the taste and the odor of the chlorine. It doesn't actually remove the chlorine. So people don't actually realize, they think they're doing the right thing, but they don't realize it's not actually always getting rid of the contaminants themselves. Bottled water, I think more people are becoming aware of this, but they are full of microplastics and on average have been sitting in those bottles for 2 years in the sun often as well, which also degrades the plastic too. And obviously we know the environmental impact of all that plastic as well. Rainwater, it can actually be very acidic and it picks up the heavy metals, the chemicals, microorganisms, all those things from the atmosphere. And I've actually tested my partner's rainwater and he was shocked to see how acidic it was at 6 pH. And now he's invested in a better solution, I'm pleased to say. Next slide, please. So the type of water you drink really is the wealth of your body. And so these are the 5 products that that we actually partner with. And they form a complete health and wellness system that supports your body, your home, and the planet. And the amazing thing with this is that when you purchase one of these products, you actually receive your own distributor ID, giving you the option to share them with others and earn commissions. So I just want to highlight, as the disclaimer says at the bottom, that it's not a get rich scheme. It's a simple way of creating an additional income stream when you purchase these amazing products. So that comes with it as an added bonus if you choose to share. So the flagship product that you saw on the previous slide is the K8 water ionizer. And that takes your ordinary tap water and transforms it into hydrogen-rich, ionized, alkalized water that hydrates you deeply at a cellular level. Because it changes the molecular structure of the water, your body is better able to absorb it quickly. It's packed with antioxidants that help neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and support detoxification. Drinking K8 water helps balance your body's pH, ease acidosis, always gets me that one, and boost your energy, vitality, and overall well-being for the long run. And not only is it the best drinking water, it actually replaces many of the harsh chemicals, laundry powders, even personal care items like toner, makeup remover, and cleanser that you find in your home. It does this by producing different pH levels. So each one has its own unique purpose. From strong acidic water, which is 2.5, and that's actually a disinfectant, through to beauty water for your skin and hair, to strong alkaline water, which acts as a degreaser and helps ensure pesticides are thoroughly washed off your produce. It's like having your own natural health cleaning and beauty aisle right on the kitchen bench. And it's an amazing tool for creating a low tox home. So now I will pass over to the fabulous Mel to introduce you to the other amazing products we align with.
Thank you so much for that, Laura. I love hearing from you and learning. I learn more because you're so engaging to listen to. You're just really engaging to listen to. So, as Laura said, my name is Mel. I'm actually a freelance interior designer, and I'm, like I said, a mum of three, I'm a wife, and basically my wellness journey really begun when I started using Kangen water. So I saw firsthand how it brought so much more wellness, balance, and calmness into our life, especially for my child with ADHD. That was probably the single biggest change that I saw with using these products. What I didn't expect though was to discover the business that was behind it all. This side of things gave me the time, the presence, and something that my family had been missing out for a long time. Allies became even more abundant, and I'm so passionate now about helping other families just create the same blend of wellness, time, and an aligned income online. Next slide, please, Tara. So most people don't realize that every bath or shower that you're actually having has a hidden health risk. And I don't say this to scare anybody by any means. But chlorine, heavy metals in our tap water, they seep in through our skin. Like our skin absorbs it all. It's stripping away our natural oils, it's irritating sensitive skin, and it's even affecting our hair health. So these chemicals, they don't just wash off, they get fully absorbed. So they enter our body and they impact our respiratory and immune systems. And over time, this constant exposure, it can weaken our immunity, it can increase inflammation, and it can contribute to lots of long-term health issues. This is something that we rarely think about when we go to step into a shower, but it has been a huge impact on our well-being and yours as well. Next slide, please. So the Anespa takes our everyday tap water and transform it into, I'm going to say a mineral infused spa, because who doesn't like the sound of that? Like that sounds amazing. It uses ceramic stones and minerals that are sourced from Japanese hot springs, and it removes the chlorine and harmful contaminants. So your skin feels moisturized even through winter. It's soft and rejuvenated. Beyond the physical effects, it creates this spa-like shower experience that promotes relaxation, wellness, and a sense of both calm in body and mind. One huge thing that I noticed with using this When I go and use our second bathroom, I can smell the water. I can smell the chemicals, so the chlorines, and there's also a bit of a yucky smell sometimes. But when you step into our other bathroom with the Anespa, there is no smell. It's a shower, which I think is what a shower is supposed to be like. Next slide, please. So this silent trigger for inflammation and poor immunity within our without taking high quality supplements, the body can suffer inflammation, poor immunity, and nutrient deficiencies. Because most standard supplements, they often lack the bioavailability and making them less effective in improving our health. Next slide, please, Tara. So I want to introduce to you Ukon. So Ukon offers high-grade organic turmeric, and they come in supplements and soap, and tea. I was going to say I'm having a mind blank here, but I knew there was three. It's rich in curcumin, and Ukon helps reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and strengthen the immune system. The Ukon is actually produced with Kangen water, so it's even better than standard supplements anywhere else. It enhances its bioavailability and ensures the body absorbs and benefits from all the nutrients. Next slide, please, Tara. Now we're surrounded by electromagnetic fields every day, so EMFs. They're from our phones, our Wi-Fi routers, our electricity boxes, our tablets, our appliances. Now this constant exposure, it can disrupt your sleep, it can cause fatigue, it can lead to brain fog, and over time it has been linked to increased stress, heart issues, anxiety, weakened immunity, and other long-term health issues. Now children, pregnant women, and those with any chronic health issues, they are especially vulnerable. Now, my children attend a school where it's paperless, so they are on laptops and exposed to this sort of stuff all day. So if you can imagine at the end of the day, their heads would be completely buzzing. Now, that's where the M-Guard comes in. Now, it actually acts as a protective barrier and it neutralizes and reduces harmful EMF exposure in your home. Now, I've got one just here. I brought it a little bit closer. This here is the M-Guard. So this is a portable device. It simply plugs in through USB. So I take it in my caravan. If we're heading away anywhere, you can take it. And it does with an 8-meter radius. Okay. It can help promote better sleep, reduce stress, gives you better energy levels, and because it's portable, you can take it everywhere. The reason I have it here in my room is because directly on the opposite side of that wall behind me is our electricity box. And when I found out from a recent Sparky that our electricity meter is actually a digital meter and it's got its own little, I'm not very, that sort of whatever it is in there, I definitely installed it because that's where I sleep. And I was like, I need to have this closer to my bed. Next slide, please, Tara. Okay, so Enagic is the company that I want to talk into. It is an established company celebrating, I'm going to say over 51 years now. In 2024, it was 50, so 2025, 51 years. It is a company with a 500-year vision, and they're the pioneers in the health and wellness industry. They create products that enhance our health, they build wealth, and they protect the environment. Their flagship product, which is the K8 and the electrolyzed reduced water, helps restore the body to its optimal state and has over 68 uses. This was the K8 that Laura touched on just a few slides previously. Now, Enagic's products, they are sustainable, they have a zero waste, and are designed to last over 20 years. So they're cutting down the single-use plastic. They're known for their award-winning Japanese water technology and now are leading in the EMF protection area. Despite only 3 million Kangen water machines sold worldwide, the market is huge and the global offices continue to expand. So this market by any means has not been saturated. The company originates in Okinawa, Japan, which is very famously called the land of the immortals, and it is also a blue zone. So people experience exceptional longevity here. They have lower rates of disease and the longest living women on the planet. Next slide, please, Tara. Oh, actually, I'm just not going to do the next slide. I'm actually going to hand Tara to present. So I want you to all welcome Tara Berry.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Mel. And honestly, I just love working with all you amazing people. But look, just in case you don't know me, I'm Tara, and I haven't always been doing this, presenting on a Tuesday night. I actually came from a tiny country town in South Australia before I started chasing my big dreams and ended up building a global corporate career. For years, I've been climbing the ladder. I lead big projects, I manage teams, delivering results, and ultimately just building someone else's business and not to mention their bank account. On paper, I was thriving, but behind the scenes, I was just burnt out. And with the long hours, the constant pressure, missing out on life, I thought that career would give me. So I started looking into the online space and I've been dabbling in there since about 2018. I've always been curious and looking for the right opportunity, but nothing really felt the perfect fit or I really felt aligned with. Then in March, back in 2024, I joined a masterclass very much like this one. And I have to say, it absolutely completely shifted my perspective. I realized I didn't have to keep trading my time for money, which is what we do in a traditional job, and that there was a much better way to earn a higher income and have the flexibility to, basically what I've been craving for years. So now I'm part of this incredible collective of like-minded men and women who've realized that traditional way of working was not designed to give us the life and the dreams that we've really wanted. Next slide, please, Tara. Sorry, I just thought I'd add that one in there. I just felt like that was about to come. So I'm here to talk about the numbers, and this is my favorite part of the business, if I'm quite honest with you. And just for reference, the next two slides are actually referenced in Aussie dollars, and you'll realize why in a moment why I've pointed that out. So the compensation plan in this business is truly unlike anything I've seen before. Okay, so I've been an affiliate for several other organizations over the last few years, and the founder of Enagic has actually painted this unique compensation model. So it's definitely one of a kind and seriously blew my mind and everybody that's hosting this masterclass, which is why we're here. So to put it simply, your commission potential scales basically as you make single product sales. Okay. So there's several different strategies that that are open to us and that you can use, and it's totally up to you which strategy you want to go down. And I'm going to talk a little bit into some of those strategies here. Okay, so first we have a single product approach, which focuses on single product sales. Then we have what we call the quad strategy, and then also a fast track strategy. If we start with a quad strategy, because I'll go into the single commission structure in a bit more detail after this slide, but starting with a quad, this involves basically purchasing a set of 4 of the flagship products, as Laura and Mel had introduced earlier. And then lastly, the fast track strategy, these are designed for those who want to really accelerate their business growth. Okay. And look, the products are amazing. So why wouldn't you anyway? Because you can obviously use them as well. And for this example, for the fast track strategy, as we've got here, this is what we call the K8 strategy. And this combines 5 products, 2 of which being the K8s, and allows you to fast track your commission potential. So when comparing the commission levels of each strategy, you can clearly see the difference in earning potential. Drop a 1 in the comments if these numbers are starting to get you a little bit excited. Yes, I was very excited too when I saw these. Okay. So as I mentioned in my previous slide, there are many ways that you can get started. And I'm not going to go into all of the strategies in this much detail, but I'm going to start with this because this is, the I guess the easiest way to get started, if you like. Okay. So this strategy is based on, as I mentioned before, just the one product sale, and we're basing this on the K8, which is obviously the flagship product that we've got here. But remember, you can combine up to 4 and leverage your income even more. So let's walk through this strategy. You can start with the K8 as your entry product. This single product puts you at the 1A level, okay? This one here, okay? At 1A level, for your first 2 sales or your first 2 K8 sales, so if your first 2 sales are a K8, you then receive $400 for each of those sales in commission. As your sales grow, so does your commission. So once you reach the 3A level, which is selling between 11 and 20 single products, and that can be any product. It's not just focusing on the K8. You can sell any product that an AGIC has. That then puts you at earning $1,200 per single K8 sale. Okay, so the commission is based on the K8 if you sold the K8, but the units do go across all of the various products. Then by the time you've sold 101 units, you'll be at 6A level. Now, that's where you would then get, for one K8 product sale, nearly $2,500 in commission. And here's the thing, even if you start with one product, you're not limited, okay? So you can sell all the other products, whether they're single products or bundles. You're just simply starting at the 1A level and getting commission at the 1A level. And that's where you can start working your way up. Okay. So what I've shared so far is pretty exciting, right? Well, let's just take it up another level. Now I want to introduce you to the part that really blew my mind when I first saw this, and that is the generational wealth. Okay. Now, quick heads up on this one. This is actually in US dollars, just to, mix things up a little bit. So I'll talk you through what the equivalent of these figures are in Aussie dollars as well as I go through these. Now, you remember the levels that I just talked about before, 1A to 6A. Well, 6A, this guy right here, is where the game really changes, okay? So once you've reached 101 total sales, and no, you actually don't have to sell all of those. So you don't actually have to be the person that sells those. If you have brought people into the business, any sales that they make, they actually count towards your single sort of sales, okay? So they count towards your units. So you might only make 20 sales and you might have a team that's absolutely gunning it and they've made 81 sales and all of a sudden you're at 6A. You basically unlock a one-time bonus of 3,000 US dollars, which equates to around 4.5 Aussie dollars, okay? And let me just ask you, imagine that dropping into your account. How much of your mortgage or rent would that actually wipe out for that month? But it doesn't actually stop there, okay? So as you keep growing, the bonuses get bigger. And then when you reach the golden level of 6A2-3, which is this one here that's circled, you earn $25,000 as a one-off bonus. Now that is 37,500 Australian dollars, okay? So you get that as a one-time bonus. But not only that, you then start earning 5,000 US dollars every month for the rest of your life. Without ever having to make any more sales, you might decide to walk away from the business completely. But once you get to that level, you basically just bank 5,000 US dollars every month for the rest of your life. And here's a part that still gives me goosebumps. That monthly income is actually willable. Okay, so not only do you have to not have to sell anything anymore, but if anything happens to you, you can actually pass that on in your will to loved ones, and they keep receiving that $5,000 monthly bonus payment every month for the rest of their life. This is where I stop talking about that, building a business, and start talking about building a legacy. Now, I'm just going to let that sink in, okay? Because this is the game changer of this business and what really sets us apart from a lot of other online businesses in the industry. Drop a 1 in the comments if that's really got you excited. Yeah, lots of ones there. Okay, so that's the numbers. Now let's see how you can actually start earning those amazing commissions. You have the products, we've gone through those. Now it's time to get people's eyes on those products. So with this business, you're not alone, okay? So we teach you proven social media strategies that help you create content, attracts leads, attracts your ideal people into your business if you want to, grow a team, and also gives you insider tips from top industry experts that are part of this business. You'll master both organic, which is basically just putting a post on your social media, and paid adverts. So posts that you then pay to, promote and put in front of other people, which you would see all the time, those little sponsored little posts that come up on your social media. That's basically paid ads that people are purchasing to get in front of you to entice you to buy. And the good thing is you actually don't need any experience or any existing audience, okay, to get started with this. That's great you say, Tara, but how do I actually make sales? All right. Well, it's not as complicated as you might think. And no, you do not need to be an influencer or a social media guru, because I certainly wasn't that. And I barely even went onto Facebook before I started this business. But here's how it works step by step. Okay, let's break this down. And for this example, we are using social media. So there are a lot of people in this business, and Laura does this quite a lot. It does a lot of face-to-face and talking about the business and talking about the products. So you don't always have to rely on social media. If you're a face-to-face person, that can be a strategy that you adopt. But for the purposes of today, I'm just going to focus on the social media side of things. Okay, so you can use your social media, as I mentioned before, paid or organic, to bring people to you. So what happens is you put your posts up, they inquire what your, what your post is about. You send them a masterclass and they can watch the masterclass similar to this one that we're watching, or that you're watching now. If they like what they see, you encourage them to book a call with yourself or, and I'll get into this in a bit more detail, an experienced salesperson that can automate this process for you. They then invest in their own wellness products, where it's the K8, a quad, a fast track. They might just start with an M guard. It's really up to them. There is no pressure in terms of what type of product they start with. Once they do invest in at least one product, they get a distributor ID and that gets activated. As soon as you've got that, you can basically promote any product or on sell. You don't even have to promote them. You just might be talking to somebody at the gym and how great your water is, and they go, "Oh, great, can I buy one?" Yeah, here. And there you go. You got some commission. So it can be as simple as that. And then once you've got your distributor ID, you can then launch with a full membership inside of the Academy. Simple, relatable, and it actually works. So we've nailed the products and the offer, and you know how to get in front of the buyers. Now it's time to put autopilot with automation. So let's talk about the automation, because this is what enables you to build this business around your job, your life, your kids, all the other ridiculous, activities that you've got in your calendar every week, which is burning you out, by the way, which is probably why you're here. So let's imagine making sales 24/7, even while you're sleeping. You could be sipping your coffee. And that's basically what can happen when you have systems in place that can do all the heavy lifting for you. It's not just about the money, it's about the time freedom. And I can tell you now, I love the numbers, and obviously money is great. But for me, hey, I earn a really good salary, but I don't have time to enjoy that. So for me, it's really about leveraging, still having a good income, but actually having the time to have to enjoy life and actually live my life. And automation gives you the space to do what you want and when you want it. The system's quietly run behind in the background, scaling your business without you being glued to your laptop or your phone. And here's the kicker. You don't even have to take sales calls yourself, which is what I mentioned before. And there's a lot of people in this business that are at 6A2, 6A3 dash level, and they don't make their own sales calls. They leverage the automated team that you can tap into if you choose. And, you know, they will step in, do the closing for you, qualify your customers, and close the deal for you. So you just need to get those people in front of those guys, and you can make commission on that. And that's how you can create an income while still obviously building that around your busy life. So your journey to success starts here. You're not alone, and with the right support and tools, the next step is yours to take. This is where the magic happens, the Academy. It's your all-in-one education hub to launch and grow a thriving wellness business, less for a coffee a day. It's what takes all the guesswork out of starting something completely new. All the groundwork has already been done for you, okay? So it means you're not building a business alone. Our community and the Academy have your back with all the tools, the training, the support. It's where you can take advantage of all the automation that we just spoke about before. And you get a step-by-step onboarding, you get social media strategies, self-paced courses, done for you tools, which means you just take what someone else created, plug it into your social media or what have you, and you don't really have to do anything apart from just, manage that. You also get exclusive masterclasses and live mentorship. Plus, you'll learn directly from industry pros in sales, marketing, leadership, mindset, and you basically just really start strong and you can grow fast because you don't have to start from scratch. The Academy was built by the top 1% in the direct sales industry. So you can get the same strategies, mentorships, and the network that they use to be successful and become multimillionaires. Here, you're never alone. We celebrate every win. We lift each other up. And as here, we're all collaborating together. We come from different walks of life. And, Marie and Dave, they've only been in this business a few weeks, and look at them. Like, we're supporting these guys and they're absolutely killing it. And it's where success is shared, support and constant. The support is constant, and we help your goals become a reality, basically. So I'm sure you're sick of hearing my voice. So the path has been laid out for you. Now it's your turn to take the next step. And I'm going to hand back over to the lovely Mel to bring our masterclass to a close.
Thank you so much for that, Tara. And thank you to everybody. What we're going to have a quick look at is your next steps. So I really want you to get in touch with whoever invited you here to this masterclass tonight. It could have been one of any of us five, and it's really important that you reach out to them because they'll be able to tell you exactly what you need to do moving forward. You'll then complete the discovery process and you'll just get started. It's simply as easy as that. I'm hesitant to say next slide. You'll join a global community of like-minded change makers. Now, this photo is a real and raw photo at one of our events. When we say connect, collaborate, and celebrate, we're not lying. It's 100%. It's exactly what you do. So there's 7 days in a week. Someday is not one of them. I really want you guys to let that sink in. Now, on behalf of myself, Tara, Marie, and Dave, and Laura, we want to say a huge thank you for gifting yourself this time. We are very considerate of your time as well. So thank you. We won't keep you any longer. And if everybody wants to come off mute so they can all share the love. And yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Tara, you're still on mute, my love.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought I was talking, but I was muted still.
All right. And that's it.
Yay! Sorry, too many screens open.
Have you stopped recording?
No.
Okay.